everyone, lock your cars.
Listen up.
No matter where you think you are, because you never know who's renting the Airbnb down the street.
This is a cautionary tale to open the podcast today.
Yep. A car was stolen, money was gone, and that happened at 3 o'clock in the morning and did not get resolved until 9 o'clock a.m. So I did not sleep. Hello.
Hiya.
Welcome to
back.
episode 5.
Episode 5, y'all. That's crazy.
I know.
I've been calling
know.
10 a milestone, but I feel like 5 is.
I know. We're already planning for episode 100. At this point, we're like, all right, slow your roll here, people. Relax.
Episode 5. Welcome back. As always, we are here at Starland Yard shooting the What Are We Doing podcast, and I am Lauren. That's her sister's name. We were just talking about your sister. That's
Lauren,
what it is.
yeah.
I'm Lauren.
I'm Jamie. So glad that we're all on the same page.
We're on the same page
Nice.
here. We know our names. That's as good as it's going to get today.
I'm dead.
Anyway,
Oh my
so
God.
as
Anyways.
usual, we want to dive into a fun story from our weekend. I don't know if we'll call this a fun story, but Jamie has a crazy story.
Yeah. I was going to wait. I actually texted Lauren at 3:50 in the morning on Sunday when all of this kind of happened. I was like, oh my God, I have the craziest story for the podcast, which I was kind of hyped about that I had a crazy story. But then I had to tell her. I walked on Monday. I'm like, guys, everyone
too
grab
good.
your popcorn. We're ready. So this past weekend, big weekend, boyfriend was meeting the other set of parents, fun times. Anyways, that really didn't matter. Who cares?
Yes, it does.
But anyways, so we went to Sunset Beach, North Carolina. Beautiful. Absolutely loved it. I love North Carolina in general. But we stayed with my dad and my stepmom, Kim. So my stepbrother and his girlfriend needed a ride to the airport at 3 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. Just so happened we had to get up at that time. So they woke up at 2:45 and Elijah came upstairs. He's like, hey, they can't get an Uber. We got to drive them. I'm like, all right, fine. So my dad had said the night before that we can drive his car if we need to bring them. I'm like, great. I don't want to be whipping my Prius around, adding those miles. So I'm like, Nick, my stepbrother, I was like, can you grab Dad's keys? So he grabs them and we're walking outside. I'm the first one out and I'm like, guys, where's Dad's car? Straight out of a movie, my dad's car was gone. And we're like, no way. There's no way someone just stole his car in the middle of the night. And we went to bed at 11 o'clock, so there was really only a small time frame.
Yeah.
So we're like, no, it's got to be on the street somewhere. He's clicking the little thing, not showing up. Down the street, his car lights up. We're like, did my dad sleep drive? That's horrible. I hope not. That's terrifying. God. So Elijah and Nick are like, yep, danger. We're gonna go towards it. We're like, you're annoying. So Lauren and I, his girlfriend, stood there and waited as they went and did that. So they grab his car. They come and pick us up, and they're like, yeah, his car's on empty. There was a beer can in the back. I don't really know why it's at 104. Was Dad asleep in the house? I'm confused. What's happening? So we started driving towards the airport. My stepmom actually came out and we're like, hey, Dad's car got stolen. We have it.
It was just
I'm not really sure what happened, but so we drive them to the airport, and while we're driving them, we find someone's phone in our car. They take my dad's but leave their phone. So my stepmom and my dad back at the house are calling my dad's cell phone. They don't answer. They call back. First thing they say, did you lose a phone? What?
The thief says this?
Yes, to my stepmom. And my stepmom goes, who is this? And he said, it's Ryan or something. I don't think that was his real name, but whatever. Because that'd be stupid, honestly, if you said whatever. So she goes, where are you, Ryan? That's scary. That's scary.
If I heard a grown woman, where are you, Lauren? I'd be like,
you?
I'm in trouble.
So they hung up and we're like, we get back. I'm like, you need to call the police because I felt weird about pulling back in. They know we have their phone. Clearly they know where we live. But I'm
maybe.
There's no way that these people who hijacked the car live down the street. There's no way. So the police come and they're like, okay, we're going to go check out house 401 or whatever it was. Just kind of see. Yeah, they're probably going to be like, what the heck? Why would someone?
Right.
Nope. The police end up being there for about 4 hours. The people were renting the house as an Airbnb, hijacked my phone. Needless to say, though, my father learned his lesson. Do not leave your keys in the car. My dad leaves
phone.
keys, phone, laptop, wallet. So he got $150 stolen from his wallet. And this actually made me sad. His like National Guard hat that he got given by his commander, got it like 40 years ago. They stole that too, which was nice.
That's not cool.
Yeah.
That's so lame.
They go in the house. They ended up getting arrested for other reasons, but wouldn't admit to taking my dad's car. We're like, you literally ran this thing empty. There was 55 miles left. You went on a little joyride. You bought some cigarettes, clearly in the back. Your phone was found in our car. But they couldn't arrest them because they weren't admitting to it, and there was technically no proof that they were the ones who took the car. So we're still seeing what's happening. My stepmom is keeping up with it, but
she's like on the phone with like the police station every day. She's like, no, I want an update.
Yep. We're like, are you kidding? So I guess the guys got released from jail. They're going back to wherever they lived. But yeah.
Wow.
My dad's car literally got stolen this weekend.
First of all, if I'm stealing a car, there is no way I'm parking it 2 driveways down.
Literally.
Are these the criminals? What are the criminals in like Home Alone? These are the worst criminals ever. It's them.
What we were thinking is that like they must have literally come by, grabbed the car 30 minutes after we fell asleep because they drove it for 50 miles.
Yeah.
Like, and they were probably like, oh yeah, you know what? Like, I guess they were super messed up when the police went in there.
They had to have been.
But like, first of all, thank God nothing happened to my dad's car. And he's the luckiest person alive. Got the car and the phone back. Are you kidding? Like, he might be missing his hat, but got that back.
Dang.
But like, why did you park it down the street? But I genuinely think they're like, oh, these people aren't going to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I so believe everything happens for a reason. If we had not woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning, we probably would have gotten back at his place. Or we would have found it down the street and there would have been some issues.
Literally, these people were like, oh, it's 3 in the morning. We can take a cat nap before we give back the stolen car. Are you kidding?
No. And the funniest part is that my stepbrother and his girlfriend got to the airport. Their flight was not at 6 a.m. It was at 11 a.m. So they didn't even have to be there.
That was like the universe being like, y'all need to wake up. Like, confused your
car
flights.
is gone.
You need to wake up.
The car is gone.
Oh my God.
So I was like, Dad, if this is not a lesson to you, everyone lock your cars.
Listen up.
No matter where you think you are, because you never know who's renting the Airbnb down the street.
This is a cautionary tale to open the podcast today.
Yep. A car was stolen. Money was gone. And that happened at 3 o'clock in the morning and did not get resolved until 9 o'clock a.m. So I did not sleep.
Oh my gosh.
Shout out to Elijah for still driving us home.
Wow. You're the best.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, my weekend was not nearly as eventful as that. There's literally nothing I could say to ever top that. I went home and I did nothing. I told my parents I wanted to lay on the couch and watch college football at home all weekend.
But there is a new pup.
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. I need to, I'll put it on our Instagram story.
Yeah.
My family, they have, a little Maltese named Finn, and he's perfect. And now there's a little mini version of him.
Oh, my God.
She's like a Maltese and a Shih Tzu
So
mixed.
cute.
Oh, she's
I
so
thought that
cute.
was Finn for the longest time. Nope, it was not. It was a new dog.
And Finn is so small, and somehow he's double the size of Dixie. It's crazy.
So those are our exciting stories from the weekend.
That's our weekend.
Yeah, we've got more exciting things for the podcast specifically coming up now.
We do. We have our first guest today, but before we dive into that, we do want to take a minute to shout out one of our new sponsors. Our new sponsor is Roxanne Rizzo, New York. If you're watching the video version, take a look at this packaging. So, her product, Roxanne Rizzo's product, is called Bronze Glow, and it is a face and body bronzing mist that is perfect for all skin tones.
Yes.
This real-life filter in a bottle gives you a flawless complexion in less than 60 seconds. Mm-hmm. It eliminates the need for foundation and hides fine lines, scars, rosacea, acne, dark circles, veins, and cellulite instantly.
Yeah.
Jamie, tell us a little bit more.
So cool. So Roxanne is a family friend of mine. Mm-hmm. Love her so much. She's become another mother to
She's so cool.
Lauren and I at this point. But this stuff is seriously no joke. I'm not kidding. She sent it to Lauren and I probably, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
So Roxanne is a celebrity makeup artist. But no, seriously, this works so well. It's not a tanning lotion. It's not, but it really does. I wear it for the podcast. Lauren's wearing it today. It really does make your makeup, it sets it so well. It gives you that glow and it makes your skin look really healthy. Yeah. I love every time I put it on. Honestly, it makes me feel so much more confident when we put it on. So we are super hyped to have her as our new sponsor.
She's amazing.
Yes.
And it's really, here, you want to shake it up a little bit?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got to shake it before you use it.
You shake it. If you're watching the video version, you literally just mist over your face.
All over your body, not even just your face.
Like so.
everywhere.
Super easy.
Lauren actually used this in a photo shoot also.
Yes, a couple weeks ago, I was up in Charleston and I did a beach photo shoot. It was like a little styled shoot thing, and I put it all over my body. I put it all over my boyfriend's body, and we were glowing in the photos. Like, they suggested putting some sunscreen on to give us like a natural glow, and I was like, actually, I don't need sunscreen. I have Roxanne Rizzo New York Bronze Glow.
Yeah,
so.
and it's vegan and cruelty-free. What could be better? But make sure to follow her on Instagram at Roxanne Rizzo, and you can get a bottle for yourself to try. And honestly, with the winter months coming up,
we're all going to need a little glow.
But we are very, very excited about that.
So,
yes. We have another exciting,
we have our second guest. And if you're watching the video version, again, you're going to see a crazy transition, and we're going to add a third chair.
Sure.
Here she is, y'all.
3, 2, 1, go. Hello, and we are back with our second guest. This is Cynthia W. Hammer. Hello, hello. She is the author of best-selling novels Iceberg and A Good Case. She's also an actress, so cool, and the radio host of the Hammer Away Show. Thank you for being here.
Welcome.
Thank
So
you.
excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're going to have a good time.
Yes.
So you have so many tricks up your sleeve. Excited to talk about them. But the first one that we want to get into, give us a little brief history of your career, because you've done a lot of different things.
Okay, so I wrote my first novel while crossing country, heading to California. I literally drove out to California trying to get my first novel to become a film. And I published my first novel. On the road, I am an independent author and proud to be. That means no one owns me. I make my own rules. You know, it's a new day. Yes.
Yeah. She's her own boss, y'all.
There you go.
And so that opened a lot of doors. You know, I do PR for a few bands around town, a few celebrities, but it turned out that I went to high school and grew up with a lot of famous names. So when I got to California, remember me?
Can I ask you
I was going to say, you want to name drop a few of them? Or?
Okay, Rodney Barnes. He wrote The Boondocks.
Wow.
He's executive producer for HBO. The Lakers show.
Casual.
Just you know, a few friends. Lester Spade. Lester Spade was from My Wife and Kids and starred with Eddie Murphy and Norbit. We grew up in like elementary school. He was like 5 minutes from me. Jerome Roe Brooks is from Baltimore.
Cool.
They also came on my radio show.
Wow.
And he was in the Tyler Perry's Have and Have Nots. So, you know, I could go on.
Yeah.
There is more. However, I carry my own cleats, which means that when I do see them, I am already successful in what I was doing. I was happy at the level that I was on. I hate when people say the level thing, but they've done so much. I don't expect to say, hey, can you put me on set?
Right.
But I do say, you know I'm an actress, right?
Count me in,
Just
Coach.
in case.
Count me in.
So where are you filming today? So, you know, and I've got in on Lester's, was doing a film, and he was in Santa Monica Beach, and my girlfriends and I were just out having lunch, and he knows I want to show him off a little bit.
Oh,
so I says, where are you? He says, I'm filming today. Just quit calling. I said, well, where are you? So we did. We showed up.
Oh
we
my
showed
God.
up. And I got some background. My girlfriends and I got background,
You're
Yeah.
like
Oh my God.
the dream
Yeah.
brunch friend. Went to brunch with Cynthia and ended up on set. Like,
Yeah.
We can get as many mimosas as you want, but we're actually going to go be in a film today.
Right,
Plot
it's
twist.
There you go. That's a good one.
Yeah.
And so that was years ago, but as I further along, I did a movie called I'm Not For Sale, which is about the behind-the-scene look at the what do you call it? Human trafficking.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a serious subject.
Yeah.
Judy Evans from The Guiding Light. We had there's quite a few people, but I don't want to mess up the names.
Yeah.
I got that line.
Wow.
It's a long story, but I went to a film festival and I was covering a red carpet event, the film festival. I met the director. I met the person who actually built the entire festival 14 years ago. Because see, as a reporter, as you know, we want the source.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We do.
So I went to the
100%.
source. So a friend of mine needed some help in getting their music into videos. And I said, well, I know a director friend.
Yep.
Let's go downtown. So we went to Beverly Hills, and I said, shh, don't say a word. Just watch and learn.
I was just going to say, can we go? Can Lauren and I hop on a plane? We'll go to Beverly Hills. We're ready.
You're ready for it. Absolutely. You sure can. When you're out there, Look me
Nice.
up for sure. For
I'm
sure.
booking plane tickets. Done. Amazing.
So,
Oh my gosh.
you have a new book.
Yes.
I do want to talk about your author career. Tell us about the new book. Tell us about your other works.
Thank you. Okay, so this is a good case. A good case.
Beautiful.
Thank you. It's the behind-the-scene look at the billion-dollar home health care industry.
Wow.
Wow.
It's about two caregivers who meet on a case in Beverly Hills. So, the caregiving world is really interesting because it's a subservient job. It really is. And we never hear from them. We hear about the agencies. We hear how great people are. There's great agencies. There's not so great. There's great caregivers. And there's not so great.
Right.
So, in a good case, we tell it all. Yes. And it's trending again. And so I'm very happy to be on tour for it.
That's really cool. Is it fiction?
It is, yes. It's
Okay.
written as fiction. A lot of the stories are true,
Cool.
but the names have been changed
Gotcha.
to protect the innocent,
Cool.
right?
That makes it even that much
Yeah,
more
right?
interesting to
Yes.
me to know it was inspired by
Oh
true
my
stories.
gosh.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to write it?
Probably about 5 years.
Yeah.
Because writing the book can be easy. It's the editing. It's the book. If you don't have a really powerful professional editor, it's somebody that can follow the story.
Yeah.
And say, wait a minute, Cynthia, chapter 35 needs to be chapter 15. And you're like, oh, yeah, that's right. I'm writing about that stuff happened back here,
Yeah.
And that's what happens. So the egregious part is really the editing.
Yeah.
The book writing for me comes natural. Thank you, Jesus. It comes natural. It's the editing.
Yeah.
So we're in the process of editing the sequel. Right now, I have finished my 4th novel. So I just broke the news. I haven't told anyone.
You heard it here first.
Breaking news, people. Breaking news.
Send a push notification.
Yeah.
Get on your Twitter right now.
Queued up some fireworks. Well, congratulations for real.
Thank you.
Tell
You
us
brought it
about
out of
that
me.
book.
Yeah.
Little bit?
It's okay. So it picks up with Sheila, who is the smart aleck caregiver, on another case, and she takes a case. It's called "Who Is at the Door," for a client who has lost their scruples. Yeah, and I got a story from a friend of mine in L.A. years ago. She used to call me and say, "I swear this lady crazy," And I say, "Do tell."
Let me know.
Yeah, do tell.
might
So
write a book.
it's right, and it's stuck in the back of my mind. I said, what would it be like to walk in on a case where the person is a little off? Yeah, a little scary.
Yeah.
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 I'm like, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So that's where we pick up in New York. We're in New York this time. Across from Central Park, Fifth Avenue, Manhattan, all of the New York scene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we did a little East Coast this time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Changing it up.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, cool. So tell us, right now, you're letting people know about A Good Case. So tell us a little bit about your book tour that you're doing
Okay.
right now.
Okay. So next week,
Yep.
I am actually here in Savannah at SCAD. Is it Ex Libris? Is the bookstore? What is it? October 13th. Okay, Wednesday the 13th from 12 to 2.
Cool.
Then I go on to, well, this is a little further out because I'm going back to LA to film. Okay, and then it's
Casual.
and then I come back. I have a book signing at the Buford Bookstore,
Cool.
December 23rd. I think I'm doing the Farmers Market in Bluffton. There's not a lot of bookstores, and I love the Farmers Market.
Me too.
Okay.
We love them. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Wait, so if you're here for the weekend, you have to go to the Forsyth Farmers
What's going
Market.
on? Where?
Oh
Where's
my
that?
gosh, in
The
Forsyth.
farmers market at Forsyth every weekend.
Yes.
Okay, is that in this town? Is this in
Yes.
Georgia?
Yes.
Yep, in
Okay.
Savannah,
It's
yes.
at Forsyth Park, like the big one with the giant fountain in the middle.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it
Every
opens at
Saturday morning.
9 to 1, something like
like
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you
Yes.
guys pop in?
Oh,
yes.
yes.
Okay.
I go
Oh
for
my
the
gosh.
hummus. There's this hummus stand
Oh,
that is like
yeah.
off the charts.
Oh my gosh, it's like the best. There's also an Islands Farmers Market
Yeah,
too. That's
yeah.
also from 9 to 1. That's more on like Whitmarsh, Wilmington Island, around that
Okay.
area.
Yeah, I love the
things to
farmers
check
market.
out.
Thank you. Yes, I will. I will for sure because that's my jam. That's my Achilles heel.
Yeah.
You know, I have my shades on and my big hat
Right.
and then my bags of
Go to town at
produce.
the farmers
go.
market.
Exactly.
Who
Yeah.
knew? Anyways, the
Awesome.
book tour.
Yes.
So at the SCAT event coming up next week.
Okay, yeah.
What all can people expect?
Okay, so what happens is for me, you know, I'm always willing to take pictures. I'll be signing them a good case.
Awesome.
I have my book, Iceberg. Iceberg is my very first novel.
Cool.
When I was 12, my brother was 10. He fell through frozen water along the Chesapeake Bay outside of Annapolis, Maryland, and I saved his life.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I was hoping that it ended well. I was like, oh no!
Yeah.
What?
Yes,
When you were
yes,
12?
yes. When I was 12 years old, we broke up I did not. The children broke up the ice around the community pier. It was in 1979. There was a huge snow, and the river froze.
Yeah.
So they broke up ice around the pier and found these huge, the long sticks like debris in the cove,
Yeah.
and they smushed the ice till it broke, and they were pushing themselves around on chunks like they were like they're playing like some kind of raft game.
Yeah.
And I kept having a dream that my brother would fall through frozen water. I kept seeing it over and over again.
Oh, it's just got chills.
And I refused to get on the water.
Yeah.
And my best girlfriend, blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl from California, was my best friend. And she got a new pair of skates for Christmas.
Yeah.
And I told her I wasn't going. I wasn't coming up. I wasn't coming over. And she begged me. And then when I got up there, she goes, let's go out on the river. I have new skates. I'm like, oh, here we go. And I told her my secret, which, you know, as kids, you're scared. So I told her what happened. She goes, well, Lawrence is not out here. And I looked around, and he wasn't. It was just us.
Yeah, you're like, oh, we're in the clear.
Yeah. And I stepped on the water, and God said to me, he said, in 40 years, you're going to write about. No. He said, you're going to write about this one day.
Yeah.
And I said, when? Because I'm intrigued. When? And he said, when you're 40. And I wrote about it when I was 40. The same sky, the same painting.
Wow.
Someone nailed it. It gets better. Like, the story behind Iceberg is huge. I knew I had to leave to make it into something. And a friend of mine did buy the movie rights. That's all I can say. Yeah. Oh, let me tell you something. Mama go at it.
Love that.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
That's a crazy story.
Yeah. It gets better. It gets better. The picture in my mind that I saw that day, I used to visit an older lady in Maryland, and I just stopped by and visit her, and she had tomatoes and peaches in her yard, and we'd sit outside and talk. She was up by herself. She had kids, but they were, you know, doing their thing. And one day she asked me to go get something in the back room, and I went back there, and she had all these paintings along the wall, and one of them was what I saw in my mind, the little girl facing the river.
Yeah.
And I said, Miss Rosalie, who painted this? What is this? She goes, oh dear, remember in 1979 when the river froze?
You're like, do
Do
I?
I? You're like, I sure do. I can promise you that one. Wrote a book about it.
Yeah. Hello.
My niece, she said, that's my niece standing out looking at it. And I said, oh my God. I said, I got the chills. And I said, and I told her about my book. I had not told anyone that I was writing.
Yeah.
I told her about my book. I said, could you help me out with something? She goes, oh, I don't know. Because she was 81 at the time. She goes, but she nailed it. She nailed my front cover. And she goes, I thought I'd leave this world without anyone seeing my work. Her work hangs in Malibu. Like my opening Arthur signing, my very first Arthur signing in Malibu, California. Yeah. That's how I knew there was a God. Like someone like me coming from a small town. Malibu, I don't want to say someone like me, but who the heck's heard of me?
Yeah.
It's my first time out at bat, but either go big or go home.
Yeah.
So I went to Malibu. Boo.
Yeah, I did. And I'm rocking it still.
So in walks A. Martinez, Cat Williams, Owen Wilson. They're not here to see me. They just shop there. And my hand's like this. I kid you not, you can't make it up. My hand's like this. But what I heard was my voice over the loudspeaker, like, who the hell is that speaking? And I'm like, wow. And so I just stopped and breathed.
Yeah.
And took it all in.
Yeah. Wow.
And I knew he was going to back my play. Jesus, that God, I'm a God person. I knew he was going to back my play. I knew it. If you got me standing here, and this is what's around me, I'll be all right.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm so interested because this is a question we already wanted to ask, but you've been mentioning how a lot of your stories, if not all of them, have been inspired by some other story that you've heard, you know, and kind of reworking it. Who inspired you or what inspired you to become an author?
That's a good question. When I was a little girl, now I grew up in a diverse neighborhood. Okay, so there was just us's, just me, little black girl. And I went to school where we had like 33 kids per classroom back then. And there was a book that I picked up called What is Black. It was my first library assignment called What is Black. I took it home and I read it over and over again. It was about everything that was black that was beautiful.
Oh, wow.
And I turned it over and it was a black author.
Yeah.
And I said, she's black, she's black. My mother's like, shut that noise up, get outside. I said, she's black. And so I went into the woods and I prayed. I said, dear God, let me meet Miss Betty Baker one day. This makes me cry. But 25 years later, I met her.
Oh gosh.
I told her what her book meant to me. I had a friend of mine that worked at the library because Betty, it's a long story. I met Betty Baker through my hairdresser because I told my hairdresser, that's the best, like a counselor, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Girl.
Right?
Oh, my
Hairdressers know my
everything.
deepest, darkest secrets.
They do. So I told her I want to write and I needed some help. I don't know where to start. She goes, well, there's a lady here in town that vacations in Martha's Vineyard. When she comes, I said, please. She goes, I'll back your appointments up back to back because she usually closes the place for her.
Yeah.
I said, okay, well, who is this? So, yes. So I was nervous, but I spoke to her and I said, can I please call you? And she called me like 3 weeks later, and I was sitting by the phone. She invited me to her big mansion in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, of course you know.
Yep.
I get there, and I come through the corridor because it's a beautiful home. She has trays and trays of silver trays of food and tea and little cakes and cookies lined up. I said, oh my God, who's she inviting? Because I'm really nervous. It was for me.
Oh.
Yeah, we drank out of, what do you call, silver, and all the fancy china. And I was like, yes. And so we talked about her career, and then we talked about her husband, worked with Bruce Springsteen, and he worked at President Ford. He was a captain in the military, and they were highfalutin. She encouraged me. I told her, when it came around to me, I told her about Iceberg, and she said, that's a book. You need to write about it. So she said, I want to show you something, and she's looking for What is Black? She can't find it. So, and I didn't know it was her at the time. I didn't know it was Betty Baker at the time.
Yeah.
So I go home and I call a friend of mine who works at a library. She gifted me a book. She snatched it out of the library, sorry. Yeah. But she found it. She found it, and she gifts it to me. So the next time I see Betty Baker, because we're going to continue on, she wants to see my first chapter, behind my back, I said, I found something, and I showed it to her.
Wow.
And she cried, and I told her all about it, and she signed it, and wow, what she wrote about me inspired me so much, and we are good friends till this day.
Oh my God.
That is full circle.
I was just going to say, what a full circle moment. That is amazing.
Yeah. And I knew I wasn't in charge of this. I knew I didn't have to do nothing but show up and do my footwork.
Yeah.
And what I didn't know, God would bring to me. Yeah. Just like this.
Wow.
This is how it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to let go, but do the work.
Yep. You're not wrong.
Right.
That's us with our audio issues. Every week we're doing the work.
Every week.
Yeah.
We're doing work.
Right. If you want.
Yeah.
You want celebrities to come on your show? Have a show.
Yeah, right.
Let's start with that.
Exactly.
That's
oh my
true.
gosh, we're so excited for you. This is amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. So next Wednesday.
Yes.
Next Wednesday, yes. And if you get a chance, stop by with your coffee and your fancy heels.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, wait a minute. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What about this Halloween party that I keep seeing posted? What is going on?
Girl, we're so excited about everything.
It's gonna be so fun.
Lauren and I have been brainstorming our costumes for about a month and a half, maybe 2 months now.
Okay.
Literally.
Is it secret? You can't say?
I can go ahead and say
Whoa, wait a minute.
people.
Because people do copy you. You sure you want to
What if
be?
another- All right.
Let's wait.
You should wait.
But
I'm being an icon. I am going.
You tell me off camera.
As an
Yeah,
icon.
Tell me off camera.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's our Connect Savannah Halloween party, October 28th.
Yep.
It's going to be so much fun. Costumes, different things. It's going
We
to
got
be
a killer
an awesome
DJ.
time. Yes.
Where do you hold it at?
It's at the Keyhole Building at the Trustees Garden.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's
I
huge.
still haven't gotten an invitation.
Oh,
you're
girl,
personally
you are
invited.
Okay, thank you. That's what I was waiting for. Thank you.
Of course.
That's what I'm gonna play from behind my back like you.
Yeah.
So, party ticket.
Yeah, it's right here actually.
Yeah.
We're always prepared. We're excited. It will be so good. But I think
feel
that's
good.
yeah.
Is there anything else you want to add about your book?
No, let me think. Okay, so I nailed the farmer's market. I'm on book tour, finished my fourth novel, and I will be having a book signing and release party, but I'll reach out to you guys,
Yes,
ladies,
let.
later on, because it's next in 2022.
Okay.
A lot for 2022, but 2021's been pretty darn
Yeah.
good.
It has.
Yeah.
I know, it's flying by. I can't believe we're already in October. But yes,
All right, y'all.
a good
Pick up a
case
copy.
for those of you watching the
W.
video version.
Yep.
Here
A
it
Good
is.
Case by Cynthia W.
Awesome.
Hammer. Pick it up.
And I didn't mention Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Arthur House,
Right.
Yep.
any online bookstore, and
Perfect.
follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Get to read them, people.
Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you, thank
by.
you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. She's the best.
That was so much fun. Oh my
She was
gosh.
such a good guest. I can't wait to read her book, and I'm going to go to the book signing.
Yeah, next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Next Wednesday. So mark that on your calendars also, because I want to read Iceberg,
I
A
do too.
Good Case, everything. Everything. This is really exciting. And her fourth book is coming out. That was a huge announcement. That was
breaking
huge.
news
Clearly.
on What Are We Doing podcast.
You're so funny. You go, send the push notification.
That's my like old digital producer coming out in me. I'm like, send a push right now.
Go.
Anyways.
Anyways, now into the top stories in Connect Savannah this week.
All right.
Start us off.
Our first top story is the South Georgia State Fair is coming to town, y'all. All right, giddy up. The Coastal Empire Fair has taken on a new name and a new location. This year, the South Georgia State Fair will be held on Fort Argyle Road over on Savannah's south side. So, Chris Hafer, Director of Operations for the Exchange Club of Savannah, said that there will be new rides, a 5-star petting zoo,
Ooh.
a Paul Bunyan log extravaganza, and a show from the Soccer Collies. And yes, Jamie, that is dogs playing soccer.
That is a dream.
I
That
have
is
not
an
seen this.
absolute dream. I'm
What is
so
that
hyped.
movie? Isn't there a movie about this? Airbud or something? Does he play soccer?
Yes, but it's like I think it's a golden retriever.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I used to watch that on Disney Channel all the time.
Right?
Were you a Nickelodeon or a Disney Channel kid?
So I was both. My parents were cool with both. I think that they liked, like my mom, she loves SpongeBob because it's funny, like as
Really?
an adult. Yeah. And so like I had friends growing up, they were like, I'm not allowed to watch SpongeBob, and my mom was like watching it with us. So
Do it.
I was a combo kid, you know? Hybrid.
I was Disney.
Really? I could
Shocker.
see that.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, keep
You got
going.
Disney vibes.
Keep going.
Anyway, okay, so yeah, we've got the Soccer Collies folks. And so Hafer, whenever Connect Savannah talked to him, he added, quote, do you know what the #1 reason people come to the fair for? It's the food.
True.
People love to come to the fair for the food, so we have lined up 18 food vendors who will be offering fried candy bars, cotton candy, calzones, meat on sticks, fries, elephant ears, everything you'd expect on the Midway.
Cool.
That's my favorite quote from this
I know.
entire story. I'm like, keep talking about that food.
Wait, I want a fried candy bar.
I'm wondering what candy.
I know, like I think I just pictured like Snickers,
I guess so.
the one that melt everywhere.
Okay, do
I
we
don't
think
know.
that we're taking deep fried too far? Like, is the line
Kinda.
at fried candy bar? That just seems excessive.
Maybe, but I'm not gonna complain, honest.
Me neither. I feel like I couldn't even do half of a fried Snicker, but I could do a bite, that's for sure.
Oh, I could. I mean, my sweet tooth is insane, so like test me. I will do it.
Jamie's like, give me the full lineup. I'm excited
Challenge
for
accepted.
It's the meat on the sticks for me. Chicken on a stick? Oh my god.
I know.
You had that before? And they put the onions and stuff in between the chicken pieces? Oh,
Like a kebab?
yeah, they like
Yeah.
kebab, chicken,
Yeah.
onion, chicken,
Oh,
onion,
chicken
and then
kebab.
deep fry the whole stick.
I'm honestly excited for the 5-star petting zoo. That is what I look forward to.
What?
Oh, I would. Are you not?
I mean,
You're
am.
not
I just-
excited?
Of this entire list, the last thing I expected you to get jazzed about was a petting zoo.
Oh my god,
Okay,
no, I'm
okay.
so hyped. You
Really?
read that? Yeah, like I want to see little baby pigs.
All right, that's fair. That's
Come
fair.
on, like little ducklings running around. Did your second grade class hatch ducklings ever?
No.
What?
In the classroom?
Yes.
You
No
have like an
way.
incubator?
Yeah.
What? Wait, I thought that was only something that they did on TV. I'm serious.
No.
What is that? Wait a second. You know that?
You didn't do this. This
Hold
is
on.
such an upstate New York thing. Then that's so weird.
No,
you
we
didn't do
never,
that.
Did you have it? It was like the movie Incubator, like the little.
Yeah, quite literally. It was like, it looked like an
Cone
egg carton looking thing, and we would get, yes, people would do, it was a whole thing, and we'd have a whole unit centered around like the ducklings that were hatching. Yeah.
That is so cute. No, we didn't do
It
that.
was, why do you
Oh,
think
so
I'm,
jealous?
yeah, that, clearly that's why I'm excited for the petting zoo.
All right, that all checks out.
Oh my God,
I
that's
guess-
so funny.
No, we were. I mean, I didn't live on the farm in Mississippi, but there were plenty of farm animals around.
Oh
so
my
I feel like
God.
maybe like I'm just. I don't know. I saw them in the wild. In the wild.
I'm so excited.
on a farm.
Kind of. They're eating some grass, so I guess that.
Wow.
that
Aw.
equates the
I haven't
same
been to the
thing.
fair in a long time either. That would be really
know.
fun.
I know, I'm excited for that. And then give us the dates of those.
Yes, all of this
Those.
chit chat to
That.
say that the South Georgia State Fair is in town from October 28th through November 7th. So y'all be sure to check that out.
So excited for that.
I know.
Speaking of different things going on during the fall months, this is fun. In Connect Savannah this week, we have a fall fun guide. If you need anything to do this fall, there are different things from pumpkin patches to corn mazes to haunted houses.
Ooh.
Crazy. We've got you covered this week in Connect. There's 10 different events that we specifically talk about in locations for you to choose from. Some of them are fun, family friendly, little pumpkin patches like we were talking about. Other ones are like super creepy nights of Halloween, specifically at the Wicked South Haunted Forest. We were talking about this. You tried to go, didn't you, or something?
No,
or you
so
wanted
we
to go?
were gonna go like 2 years ago to I don't think it was the forest, it was the haunted house. That's
Okay.
on our list. That's something Shiloh, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
But we were gonna go a couple years ago, and then we just ended up talking about it and never going. This year I'm going though. I love a haunted house and I love a haunted trail. Like one of my good friends, his frat used to put on a haunted trail every year. It was like a fundraiser.
Oh, cool.
It was great. It was like, I don't know, like 40 frat guys and all their girlfriends, and they had like acres. It was like a 30-minute walkthrough, and so like they just had the path lit with like little tea lights, so you couldn't see them coming. They'd be coming out of the woods and just like scare the hell out of you.
Like,
It's
get away.
so fun.
We did something like that. One of the frats we would pair up with, and they would turn the whole house into a haunted house, and like I would take part in it, like be one of the actors in it. It was really fun.
Who did you play?
I think I was like a dead doll or something. Like I was hanging over a couch or something. Something
Oh,
crazy was
God.
happening. But we were talking about this yesterday. Like I love fall so much, but I'd rather like coming from upstate New York, we have all these apple orchards and everything like that. Like I love doing that and carving the pumpkins. When it comes to scary stuff, like I will not sleep. So we have this place back home. I was telling you about it yesterday. The Double M Haunted Hayride. If any of you have been upstate New York, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So you get on the hayride. I always sat in the middle. I'm like, I don't want them coming at me with that fake chainsaw, like at your feet. No, get away from me. So, but then you get off the hayride and you have to go through a haunted house. So when I was
your only
younger,
way out.
when I was younger, my friends and I went with her parents. I think it was just her dad. I don't know if her mom was there. But the dad was leading the way, and all of us were like a little train, holding on to each other. I had my eyes closed the entire time. I was like holding on for dear life, just totally putting my trust in these people. And they start jumping out at the dad, and I just remember Carly's dad at one point was like, "Get away from me, I'm freaking out." I know he was just trying to be funny, but in that moment, as like the 7th graders were like, "Listen, if he's getting freaked out, this is dangerous. We need to get out of here."
He said, "I'm freaking out."
And that's like a running joke that we have. So like, I want to go, but I'm kind of scared. I think honestly, Lauren and I need to go and mic ourselves up. And
It
see
would
what-
just be like beep,
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 beep.
the whole time. Dude, I want to start using that. Like whenever I'm just having a day, I'm just gonna go, "I'm freaking out." Like,
"Get away from me, I'm freaking out."
that is the funniest story to me. I can't. Oh my god. Okay,
Yeah, it
so
was insane.
if
So
you want to freak out, check out our fall fun guide at Connect Savannah.
pick up a copy. It's out, ready for you to read. Oh my god, that's so
okay,
funny.
I
The
like-
people listening to the audio version definitely just heard us going like,
Oh yeah, they just heard like heavy breathing. Sorry, y'all.
okay. Anyways.
Shout out to our Spotify listeners for not turning us off at this point.
Yeah, thank you. Shout out to
Oh.
Angie for putting that fall guide together.
For real, yeah, that was really cool.
Bomb.com.
Anything else you want to add about?
I can't.
We're freaking out. Okay.
About this fall fun guide, we're
We are
freaking out.
Freaking out.
It's awesome.
That's the title of the episode, Freaking Out. Okay.
I'm down.
Third top story in Connect Savannah this week, folks. Shifting gears a little bit. SCAD announces schedule and lineup for the 24th annual SCAD Savannah Film Fest. I'm still laughing at the I'm sorry. I got to pull it together. Okay. You told me that story yesterday and it wasn't as funny, and now it's hilarious. Okay.
I think because I actually did the voice that he said it in, so it just like.
Oh, okay. SCAD Savannah Film Festival 2022, y'all, or 2021. All right. So the festival will be held in person and virtually, and it kicks off on October 23rd with a screening of Belfast, which is directed by Kenneth Branagh. That sounds right. It will wrap up on the 30th with a screening of King Richard. So let's break these two down. Belfast is a black and white coming-of-age comedy drama that is set in Ireland in the 1960s.
Cool.
Ooh. And King Richard is the story of Richard Williams, who is the father and coach of tennis stars Venus and Serena Williams. So I've heard,
cool.
yep, both of these I think have been nominated for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be really cool. You can open with a
Yeah.
hopeful award winner and then end the festival with the same thing.
Yeah.
So this year, the festival will feature 157 film screenings, honorees, and panelists. And those passes are on sale now.
They are. We actually, last week when they went on sale, I went over before work, and people were camped out from the night before, literally.
Yes.
Like, it reminded me of getting Penn State football tickets. Like, you're just ready. And it was wrapped around the corner. So I just, like, awkwardly walked up, and I'm like, hey, guys, I work for a local paper. Like, can you give me a little wave? And everyone was like, hey.
Good morning.
We actually have a picture of it on Connect's Instagram, so you should check that out. But, I mean, people are dedicated. Excited to get this back going because it was virtual last year, and we might be getting some passes.
Hopefully. I did a little bit of coverage whenever I was at WSAV in 2019.
Okay.
So I didn't get to do like the whole red carpet thing, but I did get to go to I picked some of the smaller panels and stuff, and I feel like people might sleep on those. Go. I went to one of my favorite ones I went to. It was like an all-female directed like panel, and it was all short films, and so they just showed, I think it was like 6 or 7 of them.
Oh, cool.
Showed all the films. Dude, they were fantastic. I was crying at the end of one of them. Like, they were really, really good. And then at the end, they brought all the directors out for like a Q&A with the audience and stuff.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was small and intimate, and it was like, I don't know, like 1 in the afternoon. So there's a ton of different things that you can go to, so y'all should definitely check it out.
Yeah. Seems really cool. I'm excited about it.
Very cool.
Before we get into our favorite segment, we have some new additions coming into Connect. You know, we're rebranding. We got a new look to go along with our What Are We Doing theme, obviously. We're doing, Pet of the Week now. That's exciting. So we're going to focus, actually, that's something that I'm doing. So we're focusing on a different rescue group. There we go.
It's a tongue twister.
It really is. Sheesh. Every month. So this month is Humane Society for Greater Savannah. So we're going to have a cat and a dog for you to adopt, some, their weights and their colors and stuff like that, but then also about them.
The weight is important with the cat. I need to know how fat
Laura
that cat
knows,
is.
because her cat is 17 pounds. Or whatever it is. So that's exciting. We're going to have a cocktail of the week, so it goes along with the What Are We Drinking? Holy Lord, brunch guide. Brunch guide presented by Southern Eagle Distributing. That's fun. You always need a good brunch place to go to, whether it's Saturday, Sunday, anytime during the week. And we're going to have a style guide. So what are we wearing? Lauren will be helping with that. We're excited.
So pick up a copy of Connect. It should kick off, this coming week on the 13th?
Yeah.
This issue should have all of this in there. So
Yeah.
pick up a copy.
Nice. Now,
Our favorite segment.
what
are we doing?
What are we doing, Lauren?
What the heck are we doing, Jamie?
What the heck and heck?
What the heck
are we
doing this weekend?
So, we are, yes, okay. Anyways, I'm going to move on from that.
You'll understand.
Thursday. Good Lord. Oktoberfest cooking class. This is exciting. I am horrible at cooking. So, get into, the spirit of Oktoberfest. This is on Thursday, 6 to 9 p.m. at the Mansion on Forsyth. Explore German cuisine and Oktoberfest favorites in this cooking class at the 700 Kitchen Cooking School.
Love it.
I
I feel
know.
like every week we somehow find a way to give me a hot dog craving.
I know.
We're talking about Oktoberfest again.
Tis the season
Oh my God.
to eat hot dogs. Tis the season. You like that one.
I did like that one.
Okay, Friday, Bourbon and Blues. We actually have a story about this in Savannah this week. It's a Bourbon and Blues launch and tasting event at Cohen's Retreat. Awesome. That is also from 6 to 9 p.m. and you can taste featured spirits from Burnt Church Distillery, small bites, vendors, and some live music. 10% of ticket sales will go to support the local nonprofit Gillard and Company.
Very cool.
Very nice. Giving back.
Looking ahead to Saturday, at 5 p.m. there is Beer Fest at Debulation Brewing Company. Will be 20 teams of 5 who will compete in events like beer pong, cornhole, tricycle races, and more.
Tricycle races.
Yes. And so I will be participating in this. My team name is called Drink 182, like Blink 182.
I love that.
Isn't that awesome? I can't take credit for that. It was Brandon Ussery and Cameron, my boyfriend, who got together and dreamed that one up.
Oh my God, cool.
Yeah, we have like jerseys that we're making and everything. So
Oh my gosh, cute.
yeah, and you can still sign up. There's plenty of spots available if you've got a team of 5. Sign up is just $35. So come on, join the fun and bring it on.
All I request is that you take a video of you on the tricycle.
Oh, that's what I think. I'm like the dream
I would like to see
team
it.
member. I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna be like the smallest one. Put me on a trike. I'm ready.
I'm ready to go.
Also happening Saturday, Service Brewing 7th anniversary party. This is an all-day event. There will be a DJ spinning all day, a food truck, and new beer releases. This is pretty cool. The first 100 pours of their new beer, 7-Layer Dream, gets a fresh-baked dream bar made by Natasha Gaskill. You know her pastries are off the charts.
Yum.
Yep.
Off the charts, people.
Yep. Happy birthday, Service.
Game changer.
Also happening Saturday, Kittens and Witches, a spooky day at the Humane Society for Greater Savannah. This is from 1 to 6 p.m. With a $5 donation, you can take pictures in the photo booth with their adoptable cats or kittens, make catnip toys, and more. Costumes are encouraged, Jamie. This is so cute.
I know. I saw that and I was just like, oh my gosh. They always have the best events going on. I love the people over there.
A catnip
know.
making session. Oh my God. All right. Also on Saturday is Two Tides' 4th annual Oktoberfest. Right behind us, you right, from 12 to 8 p.m. There will be delicious eats from Strange Bird and Kitchen Vixen. Of course, they've got their Oktoberfest beers coming out, and there will be live music from Salt Flat Pickers.
Nice.
Love it.
Lots going on Saturday. Cool.
Take your pick.
Then we got Sunday, Fall Flights and Fair at Ghost Coast Distillery.
Ooh.
3:30 to 5 o'clock. Each ticket includes a flight of 4 Ghost Coast Fall Spirits, yum, paired with Serendipity Fair's delicious bites.
Yum.
So cute little combination. It's a little Sunday fun day that you can go and take part in.
Yeah. Have you had any of their fall cocktails yet?
No, not yet. I need to though.
We need
I'm
to go.
excited.
I can't remember the name of the one that I tried, but it was so good. It was, I don't remember what spirit. I'm really doing a bad job on this. It's some kind of maple something, but the little like garnish was a toasted marshmallow.
Yes, you did
so
tell me about that. Yeah, we
Yes.
actually, our cocktail of the week this week is one from Ghost Coast.
Ooh.
It actually is really cool. It has some like purple smoke going around it, so it's really like,
Oh my God, so spooky.
cool.
All right.
Okay.
So, as always, we want to give a big shout out to our partner, Starland Yard. We are here every single
Love
week
them.
filming, and they actually have a really, really awesome event coming up. We're going to just tell you about one event that they have this weekend. This is happening on Sunday, October 10th. It is Stats Fest. A lot of you probably have heard about this, but if not, I've got a little bit of background for y'all. Jason Stats, he was in a local band called Cert the Destroyer, and in 2008, he was shot during an armed robbery near his home and was paralyzed. And so starting in 2009, his friends have put on Stats Fest to help with his ongoing medical costs. And so sadly, Jason did pass away last month, and Stats Fest was already planned for this Sunday at Starland Yard. So now the event, rather than a fundraiser, will be kind of a memorial for
awesome.
Jason. Yeah. So it sounds like it's going to be a really awesome event. There's going to be live music, a silent auction, a tie-dye station, and more. And we do have a quote from one of the organizers. They spoke to one of the local news outlets here and said, I think that Jason would want it to be more uplifting and happy, more of a party than a funeral.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's a really cool way to honor him. And so again, you can come out to Stats Fest this Sunday at Starland Yard from 12 to 10 p.m.
Awesome. And they always put, as we say every week, all of their events are on social media. We share them. Go check them out. And speaking of social media, per usual, follow Connect Savannah at Connect Savannah and follow us at What Are We Doing Sav, S-A-V. And if you have any events, any your favorite fall activity, if you've had your car hijacked, let us know. Email us at whatarewedoingsav@gmail.com.
Yeah.
We also talked about starting something new where if you have made it to the end of the episode, comment this on our on our post. Let's do.
We got this from the Morning Toast. Shout out to them. They do
Yes.
this like every week. They do like, if you made it here, like comment an emoji. But what do we want to do?
Hijacked car. That's you got to comment that on our Instagram post when we
Comment.
announce, and let us know you're a real one if you made it to the end.
No, they should comment like, we found the car.
That's better. Yes, comment we found the car.
We found the car.
That's it. That's all you
Yes.
need to say.
Yep.
And we're like, yep, thank you.
And I actually have one more thing to add. This is
Oh.
going to be our like series of one more thing. We are making sweatshirts.
Yes. We posted about them the other day.
Yeah.
We are so excited. DM us if you want one. We're going to post once we get them in. We're going to post another picture of us in them. Super fun, hot pink, our logo. Be a supporter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rock your What Are We Doing podcast merch.
Yeah. And
right.
there may be more to come. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll see you next
Thanks,
week.
y'all.
Bye.
Bye.